Calabar Port, a natural harbor for the 16 northern states.
We are in close proximity to Calabar International Market and the commercial cities of the southeast.
Our channel is 45 nautical miles from the fairway buoy to the old port and 50 nautical miles from the same fairway buoy to the new port.
Calabar Port houses the old port, the new port, and the dockyard, crude oil terminals and jetties.
Port terminal, we are walking distance from Calabar Free Trade Zone.
We are professionals. Calabar Port uniquely runs a passenger boat service to West and Central African countries that lie along the Gulf of Guinea.
Our host community is hospitable and friendly. We have good access routes to the port.
Our operational environment is safe and secure.
We are swift, tactful, flexible, and innovative. Meeting our customer needs is our delight.
What do you desire? We'll deliver it.
Calabar, the very beautiful capital of Cross River State, plays host to one out of Nigeria's 6 ports known as Calabar Port.
Welcome to Calabar Port.
The port houses the old port, the new port, a dockyard, crude oil terminals, and port terminals. A part of the Nigerian Ports Authority, Calabar Port is superintended over by a port manager who reports to an executive management team at the headquarters in Marina, Lagos.
My name is Mary Ehemeri Aseng, Mrs., the new port manager, Calabar Port.
Presently, the executive management is headed by an astute female managing director, Ms. Hadiza Bala Usman, who runs the affairs of ports in Nigeria together with the Executive Director, Marine and Operations, Dr. Sokonte Davis, the Executive Director, Finance and Administration, Mr. Mohammed Bello Kuko, and the Executive Director, Engineering and Technical Services, Professor Idris Abubakar. Calabar New Port turned 40 on the 9th of June 2019. In spite of this, the port administration is faced with the need to show why shippers should prefer the port. Calabar Port is not non-functional as many think. The port is becoming a hive of import and export activities given the export of cement to Ghana, regular passenger voyages from the port to neighboring countries, and calls by flat-bottom vessels, to mention a few.
On arrival and discovering the potentials within the port, we kickstarted initiatives. We were having very wide consultations in and outside the country, and it was on one of such occasions that the flat-bottom vessels came up. That would be my first time of actually hearing about such a vessel. I was privileged to meet with Captain Athanasius, and after our interactions, I had to go to Greece. After the visit to Greece and discussions with their managing director, of course, I came back and my management immediately bought into the idea. Pilots were sent for simulation training, and one of our pilots did extremely well. Pilot Mohammed Bida, we call him Pilot Mike, that's his call sign, Pilot Mike. He made us very proud, not only MPA, even Nigeria. And when the flat-bottom vessel would make its maiden voyage to Calabar Port, it was a huge thing for us. We had the support of the Obong of Calabar, we had stakeholders from across all fields. We had sister agencies to receive the vessel, and we were able to receive those vessels successfully without any hitch. And the company gave us 4 of such back to back, and this same pilot was able to handle them. And that sort of gave us the much needed boost that Calabar Port can work. And since that time, we've been exploring other initiatives. So that myth, as it were, for me is, I think it's been eroded, because we've been able to show that where there is a will, there will always be a way.
The new port lies 45 nautical miles, about 84 kilometers, upstream from Fairway Buoy, MV Desert Ranger, with about 200 meters LOA, was maneuvered into the port's windy channel by the skillful pilot during her maiden call at Calabar Port.
When I pilot the first vessel in, the Atlantic bulk carrier now see that the 200-meter vessel can pass through Calabar Channel without any hindrance. So that is the reason why they now still request me in particular to still come back to Lagos to pilot another 200-meter vessel of 6.2-meter draft to Calabar, which I did the same.
The port's location is in close proximity to the export processing zone, which offers customers various incentives and tax holidays. The port is nearest to northern states, as well as the Aba, Nnewi and Onitsha international markets, and cargoes meant for these locations are best shipped in through Calabar Port. The port's management has also proven wrong the prior notion that Calabar Port could never be active until dredged. While the port management waits for the proposed dredging, efforts are focused on finding vessels that can easily navigate through the channel so as to extend a handshake for business.
We've had initiatives that have helped us to turn around the port. Even as we speak, most of the tanker vessels coming, they are coming through Calabar. NNPC even had to meet with our executive management on the need to ensure that they have very smooth dealings at this end because of those tanker vessels. The container call, I think, was almost like that of the flat bottom vessel. After the handling of the flat bottom vessels, we got a call out of the blues. Now that you've handled this, do you think you can do container vessels? And we are like, okay, let's have the specifications, let's see what you have in store. And they started sending us mails. We responded. The Executive Director, Marine and Operations, had to chair about 2 meetings, one in Lagos, another one in Port Harcourt. He met with them and he saw that they were committed. And we went back to the drawing board, of course, with Eco Marine Terminals and other stakeholders around. I started looking at, okay, what are the possible challenges that we need to address. So we came together and we were able to write to them that we can receive you. And gladly, sometimes last month, they came back with the managing director of All Blythe and a representative of the Magiza Lines confirming that they're good to go. So that they will be using us as a feeder service location.
The Dangote Group in 2018 had a first-hand experience of the excellence in service delivery at the port and surpassed its target.
The Dangote issue came up, I think, during the Yuletide season last year, and because of the issues at the Lagos end, they decided to feed their northern plants from Calabar, and surprisingly, one of the regional managers got back to them that he has even surpassed his target by 250% because the trucks were able to make faster turnarounds coming from Calabar as compared with Lagos. And it was so hilarious that when the exercise ended, some of the truck drivers actually refused to go back to Lagos, that they would rather stay in Calabar and be doing that shuttle.
Purposeful partnership with stakeholders and operational flexibility is echoed across board as the strategy that has given this port this new lease of life.
I would say that one of the greatest assets we have in Calabar Port is the wealth of management personnel that we do have. And we are particular about our customers and we engage stakeholders consistently. The idea is to know specifically what the customer wants and then tailor-make our service to suit the customer's need. A good case in question is the Lafarge Group that came on board, and they said they wanted to commence export operations from Calabar Port to Tema Port in Ghana. We looked at what they wanted and we designed a particular service that suited them. Even when they had issues from their factory where they were, because they normally take the products from there, bag them there, and then bring them to the port for export. But along the line they were having hitches and it was causing delays. We did give them a section of our transit sheds where they do the bagging at the port and then ship out.
A port manager par excellence, because we've had so many other port managers and who only come in here, sit down and then collect their money and then they go. But she has put in so much to make sure that activities in the port is back to life. And even when the channel is not dredged, she has gone out to make sure that the flat bottom vessels keep coming in here, and she succeeded, and activities in the port started picking up again.
While stakeholders applaud this initiative, optimal performance of the port is still hinged on dredging.
The main snag of it is that the waterway wasn't quite okay for vessels to come in because of the depth of the water, and as such there was need for the waterway to be dredged.
We will appreciate if the Nigerian port, the federal government of Nigeria, can also actually dredge the channel so that we can have better businesses.
Calabar Port is also known to be secure. The Eastern Naval Command of the Nigerian Navy, the Amphibious Army, as well as the Marine Police are located along the Calabar Channel, and the port synergizes with these agencies to ensure smooth operations.
The Calabar Channel, before now, had witnessed low shipping traffic, principally because of security issues. For a long time now, there hasn't been an incident of pirate attack in Calabar Channel. And we do constant patrol of on our own. We do constant patrol of the channel. We have the Maritime Domain Awareness Facility, which covers all the way from Lagos to Calabar and the channel. So even without her notifications, we'll get to know the vessels coming into Calabar and wait to receive them and escort them into the port. The channel has been quite safe. I can assure all shippers, all masters of vessels, that the Calabar Channel is safe for their businesses.
Attacks or sea robbery, let me use that expression, have not been that pronounced. The reason being that the flag officer commanding the Eastern Naval Command has his base here in Calabar. Then the commander of the NNS Victory is also here with us, and we've been in collaboration. Sincerely, it would not be too nice of me if I do not acknowledge the efforts of the Nigerian Navy in securing the channel in Calabar axis. The Marine Police have also been of immense support.
The port's profile in handling liquid, bulk or containerized cargo is also soaring, given the quick turnaround time of vessels and faster cargo clearing processes. The three port terminals, ECM Terminal Limited, Intel's Nigeria Limited, and Shoreline Logistics Nigeria Limited, are known to push the envelope in meeting the needs of port users.
ECM Terminals, as we are all aware, took over the running of a multipurpose terminal B of Calabar Port on 1st of August 2007. So we are actually in our 13th year as we speak now. And then since we took over, we've done a lot to improve on the customer service of the terminal and the ports. Not only that, being a multipurpose terminal, we deal with different kinds of cargo, containers, general cargo, liquid, and dry bulk. today in the terminal we have a digital delivery system that was actually for the purpose of receiving liquid cargo. And then this is we have testimony for this. Today we're doing over 18 moves per hour in containers. We're doing over 4,500 metric tons per day on liquid bulk, over 3,500 metric tons per day on dry bulk, and on general cargo about 3,000 metric tons. All these are testimonies and things that customers have always been here to actually tell us.
Intels is more concentrated on the oil and gas sector of our port activities. We have a large quayside space here, 380 meters, and that can accommodate a minimum of 2 very large vessels. Now, we have a large open area that can be made available to prospective customers in terms of when you import your cargo or you intend to export your cargo, you will need stacking area space to keep them preparatory to export or movement to the inner parts of the country. We also have office spaces. We have a big warehouse that we can make available to them. And one thing that I also like to stress here is that our tariffs, like the misgiving most people have, is that our tariffs are very high. It's not true. Our tariffs are competitive and we are open to discussions.
The port enjoys the support of an executive management which does not hesitate in meeting with stakeholders and resolving any issues that will hamper trade.
The MD was having this stakeholders forum consecutively, and she doesn't come alone. She comes with them. She listens to us. She listens to the stakeholders. She listens to the staff. And she goes back, and she's even giving timelines. They are not just coming for coming sake. No. Each time they've been here, there are issues raised, and they go back, it is addressed. There is a road called Esukutan Road. For a very long time, it was in very bad state, and it's just behind the port. So we told them, this is the alternative route outside the port. If you go out there now, it's been fixed. We didn't have an emergency motorable exit. They've given us one. Pedestrian, they've given us. Even the port access road, here at the new port, or you go to Shoreline Terminal, they are doing expansive works. Erosion control, they've done it. Roads and sidings, they're on top of it. So this is one management that is making it so easy for us to bring out the best in us in actualizing the vision and mission of the organization.
To further enhance operations at Calabar, the executive management has begun to automate services at the port.
We are taking them module by module. And the reason being that one, change management. You need to take module, now we have RIMS. Raise bills, people take their bills online and pay online. The next thing is to automate the harbor operation, the ship entry, and then discharge. The next thing is get access control. Now, all those things will come as a module. But for a customer later on, he's only seeing one portal. But internally here, we know there are different applications working together and giving you one result. That's where we're aiming at. But we don't deceive ourselves that we'll achieve it one day. We'll achieve it over a period. But it's possible and it's feasible. And it's achievable. It has been done somewhere else easily. What we're doing is to improve what has been done somewhere else.
Calabar Port is also blessed with outstanding professionals who, without hesitation, get the job done. The story of the acting harbour master of the port, pilot M.U. Bida, buttresses the resilience with which staff of the authority work, as well as how the executive management rewards excellence.
For them to reward me, or maybe to boost my morale for others to follow suit, the management now gave me an award as a best staff of the year. That's 2017 Nigerian Ports Authority Best Staff of the Year. So, and coupled with that, a part of that, the management also gave me double promotion.
executive management took it further. Some of them were sent outside the country. We've also tried to make sure that our welfare unit is not only when someone dies, someone is not feeling fine, someone has an accident, someone has some issues, we go in and we see what we can do.
The port management, in its drive for excellence, plans to expand the critical curve on its channel, carry out the long-awaited dredging of its channel, and have container vessels calling at the port.
For 1 meter dredging, you're talking of 4,500 metric tons additional cargo that vessels could come in with. 2 meters dredging, that would be 9,000. Presently, we are doing 16,000 metric tons. We are doing 17,000 metric tons. I think we've done 18,000 metric tons. So by the time you add, that's 4-5, you're above 20. You get the 9,000, you can imagine what we are talking about. So we made a recommendation, we made a proposal, and I was quite happy when I got an invite from the Executive Director, Engineering and Technical Services, saying that I should come and give further explanation, because the Managing Director admitted it to them to review and see what can be done. And I want to believe that all these things we are pushing out, we are not just pushing it out to a management that is not listening. I'm very sure that along the line, something positive is going to come up. So like that myth of non-viability, the dredging myth too will disappear. I'm very hopeful.
As the port remains dedicated to purposeful partnership and a cordial relationship with the host community, the new port manager promises to continue to build upon successful foundations.
I promise to build on the already laid foundation on purposeful partnership.
Calabar Port is working. Desire it, we deliver it.